Hi, I'm Jenna Fink, sports anchor and MMJ. I tell sports stories that interest everyone, not just diehard fans. Thanks for watching my reel. Arizona baseball is the hottest ticket in town, and not just because it's 100 degrees out here. Arizona officially announced this game against GCU is sold out, and you can already see the crowd starting to fill the stands here at High Corbett. We are still just about an hour away from first pitch. Happy National Championship Monday, Sean and Monica. All of the excitement of March Madness leads to this moment. The top two teams in men's college hoops competing to cut down the nets and lift up the championship trophy. When the Coyotes moved from Phoenix to Salt Lake City, the future of the Roadrunners in Tucson was on thin ice. Well, the ice is feeling pretty sturdy here at Tucson Arena as the Roadrunners begin year 9 in the old Pueblo. It's one of the most shocking self-inflicted collapses you'll ever see. The Cardinals led the Titans by 15 points in the fourth quarter, but they made 2 huge mistakes and basically handed Tennessee its first win of the season. He coached Walden Grove to its first ever playoff win in 2024 against Northwest Christian, who maybe was a nemesis of times. How do you continue that momentum and continue that success this season? You've moved up to second all-time on the home run list. Is that something you've been watching closely over the season? One word to describe Danny Gonzalez: intense. He spent the next 20 minutes of his press conference breaking down not just those 3 bend don't break drives, but all 12 of Arizona's defensive series. Former Wildcat Tetero McMillan led all Panthers receivers with 6 catches for 100 yards. It was his first NFL game back here in Arizona since he was torching DBs in Tucson. And you know he had to rep the red and blue as he walked into State Farm Stadium. You can see here he was wearing an Arizona basketball jersey and a lei. One of those seniors is quarterback Colton Meyer. He's back under center, but he doesn't have the Gatorade Player of the Year in Desmond Roebuck this year. Who are some of the receivers that you expect to step up? 2 more former Wildcats could still hear their names called. Running back Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt and kicker Tyler Loop. You have UConn, the reigning national champion, a perennial power, going up against Purdue, a team rich in basketball history, but Matt, no title to show for it yet.
It's an analogy. You have to eat potato chips before you can eat steak. So me blocking, that's my reward, is running the ball.
What potato chip flavor?
Salt and vinegar.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. A few weeks ago, we introduced you to U of A superfan Stephen Leak. If you've been to an Arizona baseball game, you've probably seen him dancing and heard him cheering. One of our viewers had known of Stephen, even sat a couple of rows behind him at games, but he never knew just how closely they were linked. Arizona superfan Stephen Leak's love for baseball began at Flowing Wells High School.
Here we go, baby!
The coach at the time, U of A All-American Dick Greaser, made him a team manager.
I learned so much about baseball from him, and this is where I get my love for the U of A, from him.
When we first saw your story, it made an absolutely amazing connection to myself and my father.
That's Rich Greaser, Dick's son.
That story about Steve just absolutely hit home because I got the same thing from my dad. All the love I have for this sport, all the love that I gave back to the sport, and everything I learned about baseball, I learned from him.
Watching our story gave Rich an idea.
I told my wife, it's like we have a whole wall of my dad and what he accomplished through his entire career. And I was like, why do we have to keep all of this? Why can't we share that with people that he influenced and impacted over his entire career?
So that's exactly what he did.
Before I tell you who I am, I want to share some information with you.
Okay.
So the story that Jenna did about you and where you got your love of the game and the heart of the game.
I know who you are.
I want to share some stuff with you, and I want to give it to you. And I want you to have this so that you will remember always where you got that love of the game, just like me.
Tell me a little bit about the things that you're giving Stephen.
Well, we are giving him my dad's induction into the University Hall of Fame.
Rich also gave Stephen a cartoon of his dad, his baseball hat from the 1956 Olympics, and dozens of photos. While looking through the pile, Stephen found one of himself.
I don't know. I've got tears in my eyes. I can't see, but I'm pretty sure it is.
What does it mean to you to have him come up here and give you all that stuff?
I can't express it into words, Jenna. He's making me cry again. This goes beyond baseball. Coach Greaser means so much to me. And for his son Rich to come out and present me with those items and relate other stories and that. I'm blessed. Thank you, Rich.
Thank you. I'm so glad you got to experience who he was.
Yes.
How awesome is that? Rich and Stephen now forever connected. Now, Stephen has already hung up the frames in his house next to his other U of A memorabilia. I love it. Arizona's Caleb Love and KJ Lewis have been backcourt stars for 2 seasons. I wanted to get to know them off the court, so I took a trip to the bowling alley where they're striking up competition in their spare time. We know them for their clutch threes and high-flying dunks. Guards KJ Lewis and Caleb Love leave it all on the court, game after game. When Caleb and KJ aren't dunking in the lane on the McHale court, they're throwing strikes on these lanes. It started last summer.
After we got done working out in our free time, we just found, a little hobby, to get away from basketball.
It just became routine at that point.
Love, Lewis, and walk-on Jackson Cook bowled 4 to 5 times a week.
I think it's like shooting, really. You got to follow through with your wrist. And, it's soothing to see, a strike go down. You see all the pins drop. It's just like a swish.
All that practice has made them pretty good.
My high score, I think, is 233.
Mine is, I want to say 213, 214. That was supposed to be a spare. You seen it.
It can get intense.
We're all brothers, and we're all competitors, so, we're going to talk a little smack here and there.
So who's the better bowler?
The competitor in me going to say me for sure.
No, again, the competitor's going to say me, but I'm not going to lie, I do give him his props. The way I bowl now is because of him.
Well, he used to bowl straight, and now, he got the spin and the curve to it, so I think it's a better way, to get strikes.
But not always.
A split?
Split striker spare. Love says the trio's tradition is special.
We definitely fell in love with it. Anything we do, whether it's, basketball, bowling, Uno, whatever we do, we're going to compete. We're going to have fun with it.
Even easier to have fun off the court when you're having so much success on it. Arizona has won 4 straight games in 11 of its last 12. The Wildcats put that streak on the line Tuesday at BYU. Completing 1 marathon is an incredible feat. Well, how about 7 marathons on 7 continents in 7 straight days? It's called the World Marathon Challenge. Green Valley's Molly Sheridan is looking to become the oldest woman to ever complete it.
London, Berlin, Tokyo.
68-year-old Molly Sheridan has run hundreds of marathons and ultramarathons. She has the medals and buckles to prove it. She's hoping to add more hardware to her collection by completing the World Marathon Challenge.
7 marathons on 7 continents in 7 days.
Let's break out the globe. Molly begins the World Marathon Challenge in Antarctica. She'll then run in Cape Town, South Africa, Perth, Australia, Dubai in the UAE, Madrid, Spain, Fortaleza, Brazil, and she'll end in Miami, Florida. I'm tired just saying it.
Yeah, it's pretty freaky.
Molly craves the challenge, but she didn't always love running, or even the thought of it.
My girlfriend called me when I was getting ready to turn 50, and she said, hey, do you want to go run a marathon? And I said, no, that sounds awful.
Over the next few days,
I couldn't stop thinking about it.
So she decided to run, but a stress fracture and doctor almost stopped her in her tracks just 4 weeks into training.
And he goes, oh, you're too old, pick a different sport.
More determined than ever, Molly recovered and ran the Marine Corps Marathon.
We finished and I thought, how far can I go?
18 years later, Molly is far from breaking her stride. She's one of 66 people participating in the World Marathon Challenge. She expects Antarctica to be the toughest.
There's not a lot to prepare you. It's going to be cold, and really what it is having the equipment and then having the mental fortitude going, okay, it's going to be a little bit uncomfortable.
Molly and the other runners will take international charter flights to each city.
It's like, boom, we land, we get off, we run, we get back on.
So she's preparing for those flights just as much as the races.
I've laid it all out like per hour, like what I'm eating on that plane.
All with the hope of crossing the finish line.
My goal is really to finish and to feel really good and be able to go to a party in Miami like that night. That is the real goal for me.
Molly is awesome. She'll begin the World Marathon Challenge January 31st. It ends February 6th. So what do you say, Eric? Want to sign up next year?
I don't think I have the motivation or the body that you would need.
The World Baseball Classic qualifiers begin in Tucson this Sunday. 4 teams, Brazil, China, Colombia, and Germany, will compete for 2 spots in next year's WBC. One of Germany's pitchers is Agassi. Yeah, that Agassi.
I think the earliest memory I have is running on court after my dad won the U.S. Open and giving him a big hug.
Agassi is the son of tennis legends Andre Agassi and Steffi Graf. But as you can see, he didn't join the family business.
As a kid, I'd pick up a tennis racket, and it was tough for me to keep the ball in the lines. I just wanted to hit it as far as I could, and stuck with baseball ever since.
The combined 30-time Grand Slam champions didn't mind.
They've been very supportive since the jump.
What kind of baseball parents are they?
You know, they're very relaxed. You know, they grew up with some harsh parents that pushed them very hard, so I think they went the complete opposite route with me, and they've never missed a game, yet they love watching, but they're never too hard on me.
Even though Andre and Steffi never threw a curveball, they still offered plenty of advice.
Getting out there and getting 1% better every day has been instilled with me through them since I was a little kid.
Jaden carried that with him from travel ball in Las Vegas to USC and now Team Germany as it prepares for the World Baseball Classic qualifiers. Steffi is German.
It's everything, you know. It's probably the biggest stage I've ever played on, so I'm excited, a little nervous, but ready to represent and do Germany proud.
Jaden says he's proud to have the Agassi last name, but
I would like to make it well known in the baseball world as well, not just tennis.
Agassi can certainly do that by helping Germany qualify for its first ever WBC. Germany plays its first game this Sunday at Kino Veterans Memorial Stadium against China. First pitch is at 11 a.m.